Going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Leo's Nerd Talk, and today we're going to be talking about Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So let's get into that. Hi, my name is Leo, and if you guys like talking about things, movies, TV shows, or video game related, or just anything nerdy, you have come to the right place. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, share your thoughts of the Planet of the Apes series in the comment section down below. And without further ado, let's get into the review. So Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is the sequel to Rise of the Planet of the Apes, of course, and it takes place about 10 years later after the original movie of this trilogy. From what we can tell, one of the apes says that it's been 10 winters since whatever has happened. I don't remember what the exact event it's been since. It's been 10 winters, but we can assume it's been about 10 years or so. And we're following kind of the downfall of the world after this virus that made Caesar who he is, killed off almost the entire population. And there's a few people that are immune, and due to some events, they get in contact with humans after not having seen them in a couple of years, and it causes this huge conflict between apes and humans. And we see all these different conflicting relationships within the apes, within the humans, and the war that's gonna start, and the way things get broken apart, and how Caesar's family gets broken apart, how the humans' families get broken apart, all trying to gain trust or try to start a war, depending on what side you are. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and get into the pros for me. And the initial pro is that this is probably the best one out of the trilogy. I haven't seen War of the Planet of the Apes in a long time, but I know this is kind of like the fan favorite, and there's reasons for it. This movie has so much going for it. You have this huge ape community now. You have Caesar with his family and him being in charge, being a very established leader at this point, as well as you have the human side. And I think that the humans are actually very strong within this film. You know, you sympathize for some of the humans here, you hate some of the humans for some of the actions that they're doing, but our main humans that we get here, you really enjoy their relationship and how they are trying to build the trust with Caesar, and how Caesar is trying to kind of open up the other apes to the humans and gain trust and try to create peace. And then we have the whole conflicting resolution with Koba, and Koba trying to kind of take Caesar out of power. You know, he's a very manipulative kind of ape, where from the beginning, from Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I never trusted Koba. He just looks like one of those evil characters, just the way he looks, you know, how he has all his scars, and he always just looks so menacing, and he's manipulating other apes. He even tries to manipulate Caesar's son, and having all those different conflicts going all at once just makes for a very intense story. Like, the entire time the movie is going on, you're just on the edge of your seat wondering when that string is gonna rip apart and things are just gonna go out of control. I haven't seen this movie in a very long time, so I did not remember when all that happens. And so it was a nice viewing today, being able to kind of feel like we were watching it again for the first time. And I thoroughly enjoyed everything. The action sequences are amazing. There's so many intense, beautiful shots with the fire, and you know, you have Koba on the horse with his two guns and firing at everybody. You got the tanks going. You have so many different, unique, awesome shots that just make for an intense, action-packed movie. And while the central storyline of why the humans and the apes get in contact is fairly simple, where our humans are trying to get to a dam that is within the ape community, so that they can restart that dam to regain power in the city, so they can communicate with other places if there are other humans out there, which I'm sure there are. And that conflict is very simple, but you have two people, a human and an ape, with Koba, where he does not trust humans at all. He hates humans. He thinks apes are stronger together, which they are, but he thinks it in a very more selfish way than Caesar. And then you have this other human that says that he's just disgusted by the apes. He hates them. You know, it turns his stomach every time they see him. So there's one person on each side that is causing drama between apes and humans. If they were able to kind of just coincide and gain peace from the beginning, none of this would have happened. But of course, we need some sort of conflict there in this movie. And I enjoyed those two characters being the ones causing the trouble, where you have our main characters with Caesar and our main human, where they think everything is good, they're trying to gain trust, and then you have these people in the background just being very manipulative and sinister, and kind of sneaking behind people's backs and trying to start something that isn't there. So you, like I said, you have that rise in tension the entire time. You're watching it the whole time, and you're just waiting for someone to snap, for everything to just crumble. And I also like that they kind of went back to Caesar's home, after midway through the film and stuff. So you kind of get a little bit of reminiscence of the world before, and the new humans get to kind of learn a little bit more about Caesar and his past life and kind of where he came from, who took care of him when he was younger. So it's nice that we got to see some of that as well, because assumingly, I don't remember if he ever pops up again, but the person that raised Caesar assumingly is dead, because of the virus spread that kind of went through. So, he kind of lost a human that he loved, and he's trying to regain that human trust with our new human characters. So, kind of gathering all that information and his past life, and showing the humans where he came from, and the humans trying to show Caesar that they can be trusted. It's really nice seeing that human dynamic with the apes, and you care for both the apes and the humans. There's no one that really stands out as someone that you absolutely hate, except for the two kind of antagonists that we get here. Everyone else just seems like someone that you could actually generally care about, and you like a lot of the characters. And I also kind of really enjoy the way this movie kind of wraps up, how it sets up, of course, War of the Planet of the Apes that we get a few years later after this, but also just the way Caesar kind of sees that apes are not the best species out there. He realizes that they are just as broken as humans, and he is starting to grow even more as a leader when he has to fight Koba and kind of regain his leadership. So being able to kind of sit back and realize that there is still flaws within his ape community, and I feel like that also helps him gain trust with the humans, where he doesn't see that all humans are bad. He had obviously the people that like he grew up with, and then he meets these new humans, and from there on I feel like he's gonna feel that not all humans are bad, but in this world, it's kind of hard to decipher because there's so many manipulative minds, and he sees that within his own ape community with Koba and some of the other people that weren't loyal to him, on how people can just still sneak behind his back. And he realized that apes aren't always going to be together. He has to learn to lead in a more kind of open-minded way, in a sense. And I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but like I said, I just really love the action in this movie. Even parts that aren't like actual action and guns and fighting, just the intensity of even when like Caesar first makes contact with the city of the humans, and how he's just showing how much power he has with all the apes right behind him. Those scenes are just so awesome. There's so many incredible visuals, like I said, with like the flames, and the shots of their home and the jungles, and the broken down city, and how it's kind of more of an apocalypse now, and then even like I said, with the action and the gunfights and the fighting and the choreography and just all the different visuals that you see here. This movie is directed beautifully by Matt Reeves. It's visually super pleasing. It is just a badass, awesome movie to this trilogy. But even though with all the awesomeness that this movie has to deliver, there are still some cons that I want to point out. And to start off, my biggest con is that this movie, while it's awesome and amazing, there is some like plot situations that happen only for the mere purpose to move the plot forward. For example, Koba goes to the city because he doesn't trust the humans, and he sees that the humans are in their arsenal testing out weapons just in case our main human character is not able to make peace with Caesar and the apes are attacking. They have weapons at the ready. That's what the humans are doing. They're not going to attack. He gave them 3 days to make a peace with Caesar, but they're just testing out the armory just in case. Koba sees this. He obviously doesn't know that's what their intentions are. He thinks they're just going to attack the apes. When he goes back over to Caesar, instead of telling him, hey, Caesar, this is what's going on over at the apes, like he said he was going to do, I need to go warn Caesar. Instead, he just confronts him and makes drama out of it and tells him that he doesn't love the apes no more. He prefers the humans over his own son, and it causes a big fight, and that's where the split happens. And I feel like if there was just some better communication, the whole plot could have been resolved very easily. But again, I know just for story's sake, it has to move forward for this trilogy. But I'm just saying, it's just one of those things where this movie could have been avoided, but obviously I know that's not what the plan is. This is an awesome movie, and it has to move forward with this dramatic things that are going on. But that is just something that sticks out to me when you think about it, is it could have been avoided if people were just a little bit better at communicating. And I do think this movie does kind of slow down pretty hard within the middle act. The first and last act are super intense, guns blazing, super action packed. That kind of middle act does slow down a little bit, and it makes the movie definitely feel a little bit longer. Me sitting here watching it today, right before I did this video, I was like, damn, this movie's taking quite a bit. It felt a lot longer than what I think the runtime is, which is like a 2 hour and 15 minute runtime. It felt more like a 2.5, 2:45 minute, runtime. But with that being said, it is a little bit slower towards the middle. There is still some interesting things are going on, some good dialogue, some good drama between the humans and the apes and everything. But it is a little bit of a pull on the e-brake type of moment before it fully ramps up again at the third act. But with that being said, I absolutely love this movie. This is just an incredible Planet of the Apes movie. This is one of the best trilogies of movies of all time. If you guys never seen these movies, I highly, highly recommend it, especially watching them before Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes comes out here next week. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below about Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, about the Planet of the Apes trilogy. Are you excited for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? Are you not too excited about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And again, if you guys like talking about movies, TV shows, or video games, or just anything nerdy, hit that like, subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next review. And Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is certified nerdy. Thank you.